The sun is starting to set, the sticks are out, and we're set for an evening of lacrosse here at Davidson Field. Newport Harbor gets ready to host Orange Lutheran in a matchup where both teams look to try to build momentum for the rest of the season. Two teams looking to try to increase their chances of making the playoffs. Every possession matters, every goal carries weight, and tonight presents an opportunity to turn the tide of a season. Good evening and welcome to Tar TV Sports. I'm Taryn Rodriguez alongside Justin Lee. Justin, this feels like one of those games where both teams have an opportunity on their hands. What do you think?
That's right, Taryn. And when you have two teams that have been in tight battles and haven't quite gotten the results that they've wanted throughout the season, it creates a sense of urgency. These are the kinds of games where confidence can flip very quickly and one strong stretch can change everything, and especially in the long run. It means everything when everything kind of percolates together, Taryn.
Looking at Newport Harbor, this is a team that's competed tougher than the record indicates. Outside of a matchup against a very talented Palos Verdes team, they've stayed within most of their matches as they come into tonight's contest 1-9, but there's been a lot of growth in this team. Orange Lutheran, on the other hand, comes in with a record of 3-9, and they've been right there in multiple games. Two of their last three matchups have been decided by one goal, including a tough 10-9 loss against Canyon and a tough 7-6 loss to Village Christian. Both teams are used to playing in tight situations, so this one could come down to the wire.
And what stands out is how unfamiliar these two teams are with each other. There hasn't been a matchup between this Sailors team and Orange Lutheran, the Lancers, in at least 7 years. So there's no recent history to really lean on and give you a glimpse of what this should look like tonight. This is about adjustments on the fly and getting a feel for each other in the first half. For Newport Harbor, it's about keeping an eye on Kira Fiore and Lena Decker, both captains and key attackers, both with fury and ability to detect the other team. Pun absolutely intended. These two leadership and an ability to create scoring chances, and in a game like this, Taryn, having players who can step up big in moments like this is huge.
Yeah, this is actually the first meeting. Orange Lutheran hasn't been around for too long. Let's go to the keys of the game. My key for Newport Harbor is winning draw controls and taking advantage of scoring opportunities. As we'll take a quick break for the national anthem. And we're back, ready to kick off the girls lacrosse game between Newport Harbor and Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. Let's get to the keys of the game. My keys to the game will be Newport Harbor winning draw controls and taking advantage of scoring opportunities. Draw controls are so crucial in the game of girls lacrosse, and they're so pivotal. The Sailors know they have one of the more solid offenses in the southern section, averaging 7 goals per game. If they can get that ball, they're more often than not scoring than not.
The key is defensive communication in this one, and in games that come down to 1 or 2 goals, missed assignments can be the difference, especially when you operate at that 2-meter fan or the 8-meter fan. You let one person off their assignment, it creates holes for the offense, the rip right towards the goalie. If Newport can stay organized, talk through his switches, and limit clean looks, they'll give themselves a strong chance tonight, Taryn.
All right, with that being said, we are about to get underway here as we are about to start with the first draw control. Both teams are lining up. Both sticks, all the sticks have been checked by both teams. Everything looks okay to everyone as we will have the first draw control of the game between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. As the draw control will be taken by Kira Fiore of Newport Harbor. And for Orange Lutheran, the draw will be taken by Faith Riley. Newport Harbor coming in with a record of 1-9. Orange Lutheran 3-9. Both these teams have been more talented than their records indicate, as I have a little play here as we're about to get underway. Nice little day here at Newport Beach with the sun setting. Nice little sea breeze.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one here tonight, Taryn. I think what most people don't understand is, yeah, maybe the record doesn't exactly reflect of what these teams will look like here, but look, both of these sides, like we talked about, it's about being close, it's about being tight in these formations, and the difference is going to be who's going to control their best player and who's going to come out with the best backup players behind those top players.
It's a scramble for the loose ball, and the ball was scooped up by Orange Lutheran, and it is scooped up by Newport Harbor. That was Katie Green. As that'll be Sailor ball. It's the first draw control one. Draw controls are kind of like face-offs in hockey, as instead of like battling on the ground, the ball is like wedged between both sticks, and you flip it up in the air, kind of like a jump ball in basketball. So it's a little bit of girls lacrosse 101. I used to cover girls lacrosse for a website called MaxLax. Unfortunately, the website discontinued after 2022, but that's kind of my backstory. As for Kira Fiore, she has the ball, trying to put the moves on her defender. She loses the ball, but it looks like that is going to be a whistle. It looks like it's going to be a free position shot for Newport Harbor's Kira Fiore.
Yeah, anytime anyone is stick checked inside that 8-meter fan right there, another one-on-one in girls lacrosse, they're going to take a free shot from the closest hash to them right at the very edge of the 8-meter. So look at the yellow line, and then the yellow line behind is the 12-meter. That forward one is that 8-meter.
And that is goalie's best friend right there, as Fiore's shot hits the goalpost. But Newport Harbor cleans up the miss, and they'll reset their offense, looking to try to get the first goal of the game. So wraparound from Lena Decker. All pass was deflected, recovered by Thinna Iverson.
You know, the big thing I'm really interested to see here is just really how these two teams test each other, especially the 8-meter fan. We want to see Newport kind of draw different players inside that 8-meter at different times to try to pull different defenders.
And there's Kira Fiore with the first goal of the game as Newport Harbor draws first blood, leading 1-0.
And I mean, was there any doubt she was going to have a goal? At least not even in the beginning. I think everyone kind of knew, especially the way that she's been playing this season. Already has 100 goals in her career, had 4 goals against Elisa Nagel, has basically scored in every single game. It was a matter of time before that first score happened from Kira Fiore.
She just surpassed 100 goals a couple games ago against Yorba Linda. This was definitely a good milestone. She's a 4-year varsity starter. I used to PA announce Newport Harbor girls lacrosse, but now I have passed the torch off, which I am content with.
Look where you are now, announcing on TV.
Exactly.
It's a good step up.
Mm-hmm.
So besides her and Avery Neary, those are the 2 players I would watch out for tonight. Avery Neary for Orange Lutheran, almost 3 goals per game, 4 assists, 43 shots on goal. But about half of those have gone past the net for this Orange Lutheran team. But besides that, I mean, it's really just who's going to be the next person to step up. You got Faith Riley there. You've got Kaylee Whitesell for Orange Lutheran. Those are the other 2 goal scorers for this team, but not as much as Neary at that mark.
Now it looks like Fiore's on the move again. Thought about it, but didn't want to force the issue. Looks like this will be an 8-meter shot or still another free position shot.
It looks like an 8-meter shot. Looks to like stick from like a check in the back from Faith Riley right there inside the 8-meter fan.
Fiore trying to get her second goal of the game. Launches it, and nothing but net for Kira Fiore, the senior attacker. Back-to-back goals for the Sailors as they lead 2-0.
A couple of times here, Fiore just starting things off strong for this Newport team, and we really have not seen a lot of strong two-man defense. I would imagine that this Orange Lutheran team would probably stack up 2 people on her, but anytime you get closer, because in girls lacrosse, it's a matter of safety. As soon as you body check or try to chirp one of these players, you're going to get called for one of these fouls, and that's exactly what happened with Faith Riley covering Fiore inside that 8-meter fan, and they've given their best player twice a chance to get at that goal, and she's done it both times.
Sailors double their lead with 9:26 remaining in the first quarter of play. Fun fact, girls lacrosse used to be played with halves instead of quarters, and it looks like there's a whistle. Looks like it's a loose ball foul on Newport Harbor, as Orange Lutheran will technically win that first draw control of the game. As ball is in possession of Malia Hansen-Gadomski.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful sport, this game of lacrosse. I had the pleasure of having this as one of my first play-by-play games while I was at Chapman, girls lacrosse and men's lacrosse. It's so funny how different the two sports. You could almost say that girls lacrosse and men's lacrosse are almost two different sports in each other because of how different the rules are. But when you talk about America's pastime, this game was being played by Native Americans back then. This is game, if you want to say baseball is America's pastime, this is really America's pastime, if you ask me.
I did know that fun fact. It is one of the longest tenured sports in the United States, and it's definitely one of the more memorable sports that I've covered.
And I think the other thing that most people forget, they think, oh, girls lacrosse, they have less gear, they have more penalties about safety, but it's just as aggressive as men's lacrosse. Even without the armor and everything, it's just as dangerous when you don't have that same protection like the guys do.
Taking the shot will be McKenna Anthony. Goes in, and she buries it. Bottom shelf on that shot as Orange Lutheran gets their first goal of the game.
And that's one of their secondary players as well, right behind Whitesell, Riley, who both have 11 goals each, and McKenna Anthony coming into this one with 7 goals. Now she's got her 8th of the season. And I think this is kind of going to be the formula for this first half, is really forcing the defenders to have to stick check these players on both sides, and that's exactly what happened. You see McKenna Anthony again inside the 8-meter fan like Fiore on the other side with those first 2 goals, just attacking the 8-meter and forcing the defenders to have to either stick check her, trip her, do anything they can to draw these fouls, and that's exactly what McKenna Anthony draws. And I think the difference is just going to be how many 8-meter fouls both teams are going to be pulling.
Orange Lutheran only in its 7th season as a girls lacrosse program, one of the more younger programs still. As we get a whistle here, as taking the ball was number 3, Avery Neary. Port Harbor prevented that breakaway goal, but it'll be a 8-meter shot.
Yeah, same thing, 8-meter shot, I think. No, 12-meter shot from that 12-meter mark.
Good defense by Newport Harbor as Orange Lutheran has to reset its offense.
Yeah, you see how they're running around inside that 8-meter. So the rule is any of the attackers for the team on offense, those players on the inside, they can't stand in there for more than 3 seconds. So you'll see them scrambling around inside that 8-meter fan. So pay attention to that yellow line inside closest to the goal right there.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like 3-second violation in basketball.
Mm-hmm. Inside the paint, right. And the other thing is, what most people don't understand about the sport is that the shooter who misses the goal, that ball farthest away, whoever's closest to it, you get possession, not the other team.
Oh, yeah. That is something I do remember. That also applies in boys lacrosse, too.
Mm-hmm. But there's so many relations between this sport and a lot of the sports across the country. You have a shot clock to deal with on offense. You have, offsides, penalties. You have all these fouls and whatnot. So, it's not very unfamiliar. If you can understand the basics of it, you can pretty much understand lacrosse pretty well.
Here's a shot from Orange Lutheran, and that one banks off the goalpost and in. That was Faith Riley on that goal, and just like that, we are knotted up at pocket twos. As that goal was by Faith Riley, with about we are halfway through the first quarter of play. We are tied up at 2-2, as Newport Harbor got the first 2 goals from Kira Fiore, but McKenna Anthony and Faith Riley were able to capitalize for the Lancers.
Yeah, you like those kinds of plays right there, especially from Faith Riley, just making a long shot, take whatever you can get. And that's a great response there from the Lancers. Just, you go down 2-0, come back with another pair of 2, and try to challenge this Newport team. So, again, just getting a feel for each other, trying to understand each other on defense. And whoever gets to that halftime ahead will probably have the better chance at getting the best outcome of this game with the adjustments at halftime, too.
Orange Lutheran has been winning the draw controls as of late, which has not been too kind for Newport Harbor. As with the ball is Kaylee Witzel. All being worked around by the Lancers. Witzel with it. They'll trying to go one-on-one, gets swarmed in, and we have a whistle.
Too long inside that 8-meter mark.
It's going to be an 8-meter shot for Witzel, trying to get her first goal of the game.
I thought she was in there for too long. I guess she got checked from behind from one of the sailors.
Here's the shot, and she gets it blocked. That will not go down as a goal. That was a great save by Newport Harbor's Lee. Orange Lutheran gets the ball back, but Newport Harbor recovers.
Good job. That's some great defense right there. A good stick check in, forcing that turnover by Newport over the top there. Who was it? That was Noah Welsh.
And right there, Catherine Abraham, or Katie Abraham, drops it in for the goal. And that was a beautiful dime on that pass as Newport Harbor regains the lead.
Yeah, that's the best way to draw it up. You come away with the fast break. You see Noel Welsh coming back with that forced turnover, goes up the field fast as possible, finds Catherine Abraham right at the top, one-on-one with the goalie right there. And, that's just a great finish right there for this Newport team.
Kat Abraham, younger sister of Claire Abraham, who was part of this Newport Harbor program. Proud alumni right there, as Sailors are back up in front, 3-2 with 4:33 remaining in this first quarter. Orange Lutheran just continues to win these draw controls. They are so key, as every coach will tell it to you. If you win the draw controls, you control the world.
Right, and that can make the difference in the game. You control the possession, you control time, you can hang on to it as long as you want. But once that clock starts ticking inside, 10 seconds or whatnot, then you've got to start taking your shots when you can. And especially them being down by 1, you expect them to try to challenge that 8-meter fan right now.
Good defense being played there by Newport Harbor's Peyton Altimus. They're still with the ball, trying to find the open look, but Newport Harbor is not giving them any room to operate.
Yeah, playing a lot of man or zone defense on that outside edge of that 8-meter fan right now. You see where they are and disallowing the corners to come in and rather forcing them to come over the top of that 8-meter fan.
Just working it around. Good patience right there. All in possession of Witzel. Still trying to put the moves on her defender. She finds an opening. Shot will not count, but she will get a free position goal, or free position shot.
Looked like a backside check from Peyton Altimus, who was right behind you. You see her trailing right there. That was actually number 21 for Newport, Katie Green. You're usually wearing number 24. You're wearing number 21 today.
Haley Witzel attempt the free position shot.
If you want to put it on me, Jeremy, I mean, she's just going to shoot.
Here's the shot. Once again, that is disallowed. And Newport Harbor comes away with another save. That is massive for Newport Harbor. That's back-to-back saves right there.
Yeah, some really good saving ability right there from the young freshman Paris Rodriguez. And both times those last two shots have gone right to her feet. So it might be a time for the Lancers to think about maybe taking some cheese off the top of that corner this time.
That was Paris Rodriguez on the save right there. Only a freshman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a freshman. And, you know, that is so tough, especially in your first year in high school. There's being the #1 goalie on a varsity team, that's not the easiest thing to do.
I've covered a lot of girls lacrosse goalies back in my day, and that is one of the more stressful positions because you have a lot of weight on your shoulders when it comes to that attacker coming right at you.
That's a lot of responsibility too, because you're holding a team on your back in that moment, and you know, games swing when you can make saves, but you know, it goes the wrong way when you are unable to stop that full force of the opposing offense.
And taking the shot will be Lena Deckard, and she gets it to go. Lena Decker on the goal. That'll give Newport Harbor a 2-goal lead with a 4-2 lead with $1.25 remaining in the first quarter.
We said it's going to be one of these two seniors today. You saw Fiore start this game off with those first 2 goals, and Decker waits and waits and waits, comes around on the other side edge of the goalie and puts one on the other side. Some great read there by Decker, but again, it's about these seniors and what their leadership and what their talents show off, and it's going to be about them in this game, Taryn.
Sailors are coached by Delaney Knipp, Newport Harbor alum. She played for the Sailors and graduated in 2019. One of the more premier girls lacrosse players, played at a good plethora of schools. Now she's back home with the Sailors, looking to try to bring Newport Harbor back to its glory. They did win a CIF Southern Section Division II championship back in 2022, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the golden days for this girls lacrosse team, and the years prior to that, you know, 2019 through 21, that stretch of just 3 Sunset League championships, including that 2022 season.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the 1 year that Newport Harbor did win CIF was the 1 year that Max Lax unfortunately discontinued. I would have loved to have covered that championship game, but I've covered my fair share of girls lacrosse matches.
It's like weird.
They're definitely fun to watch. I mean, every single one of these games, especially when they come down to the fourth quarter, they just get chippier and chippier, especially when you have teams that get into these close games. But right now, Newport is controlling the tempo, controlling possession, and having some good chances. And that's all been set up by Paris Rodriguez in that goal so far.
That loose ball was scooped up by Bevan Shepard, as the Lancers now have control, courtesy of Madeline Coleman. 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Goal would be huge here, and looks like that might have ricocheted off of the stick or the head, as Newport Harbor's Brooklyn Dennis recovers, but it looks like they won't get a shot off here. And that will end it for the first quarter of play. Newport Harbor leads Orange Lutheran 4-2, as Sailors are off to a solid start, but there's still plenty of time left. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran in girls lacrosse. Don't go anywhere. You're watching TAR TV Sports here. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second quarter of action here on TAR TV Sports between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran in girls lacrosse. Second quarter is about to get underway. Looks like taking the draw for Newport Harbor will be Finna Iverson, while taking the draw for Orange Lutheran will be Faith Riley. And a wave of 2 goals per wave as Newport Harbor start off with the first 2 goals. Orange Lutheran responded with the next 2 goals, and then Newport Harbor responded with the next 2 goals.
Yeah, and I expect Orange Lutheran to kind of make a few adjustments. You saw that, coach of Orange Lutheran, Ali Kaiden, was making that discussion between the quarters here and saying, hey, let's adjust the way we shoot our balls, and instead of going down low, because those haven't happened on those last 2 shots on goal, it's going to be better at the top.
Looks like Riley took a spill as it's a train wreck for the ball to keep possession with it, and it's recovered by Ashley Coleman, who looks like he's going to try to go coast to coast, butter the toast, and it is saved by Paris Rodriguez. It's her 3rd save of the game. So she says, not today in terms of coast to coasting, butter the toasting.
Hey, you talked about how tough it is to be a freshman goalie inside the cage, and you just saw that shot right there, right in front of her, one-on-one. She just stood there and took the whole pummeling in itself, and that's really how you develop young players, is forcing them to go into these tough situations game after game. Especially for a freshman, it's not the easiest thing to do, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that in my freshman year for sure.
Exactly. It's a mental game. Harbor with the ball. Ball is reversed back over to Fiore. 2 goals so far. Can she get a 3rd one? She's driving the paint, and she gets it. Bounce to the ounce goal, as that is the hat trick for Kira Fiore, and Newport Harbor now leads 5-2.
Yeah, besides the last game from Palos Verdes with that 1 goal, other than that, she's really just been scoring 2, 3, 4s all along the stat sheet per game, and this is exactly what you want to see from your best player, is taking those shots, being confident with it. And just like her 4 years ago as a freshman, you could probably ask her, it wasn't easy when she started out, but she knows now as a 4-year starter, she's got confidence, she's got skill, she's got effort and ability, and she's leading this team in more ways than anyone could really imagine. And for Coach Delaney Nip, you've got to be happy to see your captain always coming out with fire every day.
Yeah, and when you mentioned the Palos Verdes game, I just got to say, I know this for a fact, the Bay League in girls lacrosse is one of the more better leagues. I mean, you got Redondo Union, Miracosta, Palos Verdes. All 3 of those teams are good. So back to the action at hand. Faith Riley was able to win that draw control for the Lancers. So the Lancers are winning the draws. It's just that Paris Rodriguez has been stepping up in the cage.
Yep, her and this combination of defense from the Sailors side at the 8-meter fan. You see the defense again, the same thing, zoning out the 8-meter, trailing everybody coming in.
Looks like that shot was a wild shot by Avery Neary. The ball will stay with the Lancers. Because even though that was a wild shot, it still is considered a shot.
I'm so curious to see what exactly happened with Faith Riley after she tripped on the last possession, whether she's back in or not. That's a big hit if she's going to stay out. I see her now at the top of that 12-meter fence. That's a good sign for this Lancers team. And
Neary tried to go wrap around, but she misfired wide. Still Orange Lutheran possession. Towards the 9.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Now you see the difference here is really, instead of these one-on-one opportunities, you want to see Orange Lutheran try to pass it off inside the 8-meter and set up kind of a pass-off play inside the 8-meter fan, whether that is going to be one of your players being pulled from the side or 2 of your other best players coming in from the very top when you go around the edge like that. But right now, this 8-meter shot right here, this is a big opportunity here for Orange Lutheran to try to build a little bit of a rally coming into this.
Here's Riley on the shot. And she gets it to go. Squeezes that one in there like an orange with orange juice. It's her 2nd goal of the game, and Orange Lutheran needed that one as they cut the lead. They cut the deficit to only 2.
Just a nice skip shot at the floor right there. Good stuff. Good read from Faith Riley. And again, that's what we were expecting. The difference being these 8-meter shots from those hashes at the fan. Either that or taking free shots. So, look, both of these sides today, and this is an interesting play. You have McKay Brook for the Lancers inside goal. That's another freshman on their side of the Lancers. And for Newport Harbor, it's a freshman-on-freshman game right here. And right now, Newport is winning, but this Lancers team, expect them to come back.
Both teams have 4 seniors, which is interesting. So both teams trying to find answers to their season. As winning the draw control was Noelle Welch. She goes Statue of Liberty on that draw control. Double team nearly got to her, but she was able to get out of it. Ball is in possession of Olive Sinclair. Now it's in the possession of Decker. Decker going to try to wrap around. Thought about. No avail.
You see,
Ball's in possession of Abraham.
You see the Lancers are holding tight inside that 8-meter fan, and these Sailors trying to look for an open hole.
Abraham's shot goes wide as Newport Harbor will have possession still. I don't think that's going to be a shot. Yeah, that's going to be an errant pass out of bounds. Decker tried to thread the needle to Georgia Blue, but unfortunately the ball went past Blue.
Yeah, not the most convincing pass right there, and that's exactly what they were looking for on that. It was from Georgia Blue was the shot instead, but it has to be a shot. It can't be a pass to your teammate that goes out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the officials, can also miss like some of the shots versus pass. We have that little debate of is that a shot or is that a pass? So
yeah, bang bang plays.
Madeline Coleman with it. That ball goes way high out of bounds.
And I think you see the youthfulness of both of these sides kind of shown here and there. You see a couple of mistakes from Newport on the passing game. You see the same thing for Orange Lutheran, throwing their teammates a little bit wide. And I think if you ask both coach, and I know especially for Delaney Knipp, she said she understands that this team is very young, but she also realizes that if you put these players younger in the game, that experience goes a long way, especially if you retain the juniors and seniors on your squad. So maybe not now, but maybe in a couple of years we'll see a very, very strong Newport team.
Got to find that diamond in the rough and eventually develop it. As Orange Lutheran on the attack, and looks like it deflected off of Rodriguez, so that classifies as a save.
It was pretty close right there. That almost got right back into the middle, but Malia Kearns, who was on the other side, got a double ricochet off of her stick, but great job by Newport to come away and clear that out. That was Jillian Becker who backed her up.
A lot of swarming defense played by the Lancers as Madeline Coleman picked the pocket. Looks like we have a whistle here. Yeah, yellow.
You could do rugby if you're a girl too.
Looks like an explanation or timeout.
Yeah, it looks like it's a timeout. It looks like it'll be timeout Orange Lutheran. You can only call timeout if you have possession of the ball. Newport Harbor up 5-3 on Orange Lutheran with 6:19 remaining in the second quarter. What do you think is happening in those huddles down below?
I think Orange Lutheran called the timeout because they had a few problems with that passing game. So you saw Kite call that timeout and say, hey, let's rally back a little bit. Let's take a deep breath. Let's get a little bit collected for Newport. I'm sure the explanation is also kind of similar along those edges, but they have possession right now. So here's the thing is, take the same exact shots that you're taking. It's obviously working the right way, and find your best players on the outside of Orange Lutheran. I'd imagine if they're going to cover Fiore and Decker, then they're going to have to go find either Venya Valetti or Fina Iverson on the outside, because those are your other two best scorers.
Absolutely, and this is actually the first meeting between these two teams. Newport Harbor has had a lot of history in terms of girls lacrosse. Been around for about 20 years. Orange Lutheran has been a girls lacrosse program for about 7. As the game of girls lacrosse and boys lacrosse has been growing in Orange County.
Yeah, and it's growing because of a lot of the deep connections in Division III, and I think most people don't realize this about this particular area when it comes to men's lacrosse too. Chapman University, the last decade or so, have been one of the most dominant teams in the country in terms of club lacrosse, and like even I didn't know that was such a big thing when we came to Chapman, is that the club lacrosse scene out here in California is just that big. San Diego State, they have come back in the SLC with the South Coast League, or I'm forgetting what the exact name is, but they're
Pacific Coast Shootout or something.
In the MCLA, it's basically the club, the club league of lacrosse and college lacrosse, basically for club teams. But San Diego State is some of the best. UC Berkeley used to be up there as well, and Chapman, surprisingly, has a really good Division I team. And when you go to a Division III school and you say, wait, how do we have a Division I program? It's because it's a club team. They can't exactly affiliate themselves with the school and get funding, but they can play under a Division I standing if they are a club team.
There you have it. All right, we are back in action here with Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. Ball's in possession of Coleman. Coleman trying to wrap around, and she does. Trying to find an open seam, no avail. She loses the ball as looks like the hot dog came out of the bun. Recovered by McKenna Anthony.
It's because the sun's going down.
As Orange Lutheran will reset its offense. As nearly crease violation, as Neary looks like she got whacked in the face.
Oh yeah, she's definitely going to be feeling that one for a little bit. That's not fun. That's what I mean when it comes to girls lacrosse. It's still a very violent game, despite the safety and the rules that attribute it with this game. And you see the lack of gear that I think a lot of the teams have really been rallying for extra gear. But you see right here that backhanded push right there from Neural Welsh, and that draws the 8-meter free play right here.
Reposition shot. Here's Anthony. Gets it high shelf up top, and that'll be a goal for the Lancers. Just like that, Orange Lutheran cuts the lead down to 1. Avery Neary gets her first goal of the game for Orange Lutheran. 5:16 remaining in the second quarter. Sailors up 5-4. And a little bit of a back and forth game here, as like I said, it feels like these leads have come in waves, and then it just comes or these runs have come in waves, but now Orange Lutheran just continues that trend.
Yeah, it's more of an adjustment type of thing, and especially when you have younger teams like this, you're going to see that kind of outcome, maybe a couple of goals here and there and coming in different ways. I was almost a little bit surprised that was Avery Neary's first goal, but that is how she's kind of played, is really coming strong in the second periods and third periods and starting scoring. Again, 3 goals per game. That's not easy to do as a lacrosse player, but if you can make that mark, you're considered definitely one of the best in Orange County.
That draw control was scooped up by Kaylee Witzel right in the breadbasket, and she loses the ball without noticing, and looks like Newport Harbor has it, recovered by Georgia Blue. But now it's intercepted, as that is Faith Riley on the pick. Orange Lutheran will reset its offense. Here's Anthony trying to put the moves on her defender. She nearly does. She gets swarmed on the double team. Has to back out. Now she goes back in. She drives to the goal. Gets it stuffed by Rodriguez. 5th save of the game for her. Keeping this game 5-4 in favor of the Sailors. A train wreck for the ball here as Orange Lutheran recovers, courtesy of Riley.
Some very aggressive offensive play here from this Orange Lutheran team, but you see Newport locking down that top end of the 8-meter fan right now. But you'd like to see the aggression from this Orange Lutheran team at least establish something here in the second period. You know, you're about to go to halftime in 4 minutes, and if you can make some adjustments and come out on top, you're in perfect position to win this game.
It looks like Neary will be drawing another free position shot. This one will be from the 8-meter line.
I think it's gonna be
It's either a push from Maurice Nevins or Kiara Fiore in the back.
Looks like Neary's about to test the rocket launcher.
You got to expect that Neary's going to go for the goal for the second time.
Here's Neary's shot. A little long. as they'll still be Orange Lutheran ball. Panthers looking to tie the game up. Has yet to lead this game so far. Oh, what a move right there. And that is number 14 of Orange Lutheran, Flynn Kremer. He'll take a free position shot. Looking to knot this one up.
You see again a prime example of how tough it is to cover players inside the 8-meter fan and that's why you have these 8-meter free plays.
Oh, what a save by Paris Rodriguez, going down low and getting her 6th save of the game, keeping the Sailors in the lead. Talk about a big game for the freshman goalie.
That's right, and like we talked about, it's that same thing of going for the lower shot under the lower half of Paris Rodriguez, and all 3 times so far that we've seen that shot has not worked out for this Lutheran team. So maybe have to make a few adjustments and shoot it either to the sides or at the very top.
Reese Nevins is getting swarmed by Orange Lutheran. Still Newport Harbor possession as we approach the 2-minute mark of this second quarter. Sailors up 5-4. Oh, what a near dime right there as Orange Lutheran scoops it up. That was scooped up by number 13, Lucy Harrington.
I like that play by Georgia Blue to pass it off to Kiara Fiore. She just barely missed it, and I'm not sure if the sun maybe had a factor with that too, with that pass, but I like the way that they set that up, because if you can build that chemistry, especially in this game, when it comes to the passing game, and you establish things like that and force teams to have to try to break on you extremely fast, and if you're able to come away with goals like that, then you're in a prime position to set something up and build chemistry with a young team like this.
Lutheran with the ball, trying to push it up the field as McKenna, possession picked up by Fiore.
She's going. She passes it to number 14.
Over to Anthony, or I'm sorry, Neary. Neary gonna try to wrap around. She successfully does so, loses the ball, but looks like it's going to be a whistle, and that signal means it's going to be a yellow card assessed to Newport Harbor. So whenever a player in girls lacrosse, high school girls lacrosse, gets a yellow card, it's 2 minutes. And since there's less than 2 minutes, actually no, it looks like there's not going to be a yellow card. So my apologies.
Yeah, I think it was just one whistle, not two, so no yellow card.
Oh, what a save by Paris Rodriguez. Working the cage like a zookeeper, keeping Newport Harbor up 5-4 as Newport Harbor with possession. Looking to build some momentum before halftime.
And did you see where they went with that shot again? It's that lower half that hasn't worked out for this Lutheran team.
Ball's in possession of Trinity Medler-Wentz. Shot is a little high. Oh, ball will stay with Newport Harbor with about 15 seconds. Clock still running. Ball is in possession of Lane Bodas. She swings it around. Here's the shot. That one is saved by Brooke McCabe. Her first save of the night. And that will be that, as we'll go into halftime with Newport Harbor leading 5-4 in what is a great and close contest. We'll take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we have the second half of this girls lacrosse contest between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. You're watching Tar TV Sports here. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this Girls Lacrosse broadcast on Tar TV Sports between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. The Sailors lead the Lancers 5-4 in what has been a contested matchup. Taryn Rodriguez here with Justin Lee here. Justin, what are your thoughts on this match so far, and what do you think can be changed from Newport Harbor going into the second half?
I think they've been able to hit on everything so far. We've seen a hat trick from Fiore so far, and they're being able to, force defense, force some bad plays from this Olu offense right now. And I think the other thing is how surprising Paris Rodriguez has been is, those 4 blocks that we saw in a row, keeping it right below the waistline and keeping it right in front of her. For this Olu team, I think they just need to change a few of those shots and aim more for the top instead of going down low against Paris Rodriguez. So right now, I think the big change for Newport Harbor is pretty much to do the same thing you've been doing, and especially from that first period. Go find Fiore, give her the ball and let her do her thing. But if she's covered up, then you go to your secondary players like Decker so far in this game, and I think that's the format that's going to work for this team here, Taryn.
Both these teams looking for answers. Both these teams have young squads, freshman goalies, only 4 seniors on both of these teams. As we're about to kick off this second half with Fiore on the draw control. I imagine that is number 10, Faith Riley on the draw control. That is correct. Faith Riley for Orange Lutheran. Ira Fiore for Newport Harbor. Draw. And we're off. All is on the ground, scooped up by Orange Lutheran as they have the ball with Riley looking to drive. Thought about it, but decided against it.
Yeah, great slide there for that Newport defense, not the 8-meter fan. You see they were 1 man down going on defense away from that fast break out of the draw. And they come back, they cover up the middle, they force Olu to reset, and that gives a chance for Newport to reset.
Oh, what a pick by Brooklyn Dennis. That was a great heads-up play, deflecting the ball and then just picking it into her net.
Yeah, she's one of the better defensive players for this team, the junior. Already 13 ground balls picked up, 1 caused turnover. She gets her second one right there.
Oh, what a shot by Lena Decker. Scramble for the loose ball, scoops it up, and gets the heads-up goal to go in.
Yeah, the second time we've seen that fast break goal from this Newport team, and if it wasn't Fiore, then it was going to be absolutely Decker for sure. What a great shot right at the front line of that 8-meter fan. Takes that long shot from the edge, and not at all ready for that goal, McKay Brook.
Newport Harbor reestablishing another 2-goal lead. Seems like whenever Orange Lutheran tries to draw close, Newport Harbor is there with the answer.
That's exactly well said, Taryn. That's exactly what has been seen so far in this game. But Olu has had those opportunities so far. They've just taken the wrong shot at the wrong spot against Paris Rodriguez. Just having a little trouble at that outside edge of the draw circle.
Mm-hmm. Here's the draw. This one is picked up by Newport Harbor's Kira Fiore. She is off to the races. She's going to go all the way. She's going to go coast to coast, and she does! Kira Fiore, coast to coast, butter the toast, honey glazed roast, it doesn't matter. Goal number 4 for the senior, who just surpassed 100 goals a couple matches ago.
I mean, there's nothing to it. It's like you said, a knife through warm butter is exactly how that went. Fiore right through the gutter of that defense. Nobody came up to face her in front, and just nothing they can do, especially against basically the best player. You see that number 1 coming for you. You've got to go cover that senior right there inside the middle. If you don't, she's going to take that shot all day, all town.
Ashley Coleman and Bevan Shepard check in for Orange Lutheran. Sailors with 2 goals in the span of less than 2 minutes, building their biggest lead again in 7-4, leading by 3. Draw. it's going to be Orange Lutheran ball. That was picked up by Kaylee Witzel. Tried to get slapped away by Newport Harbor, but to no avail. Here's Witzel trying to draw. Looks like she was checked a little, as Fina Iverson doesn't like that call. Here's Witzel thought about it. Going to pass it back. Here's looking for another answer. Here's Neary. Neary battles through traffic, goes wide, and Orange Lutheran will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a kind of a frantic shot right there by McNeary, not giving herself a little bit of time to settle in and find an open hole right there, just taking as many shots as possible. But I think for this Olu team, it's about coming into that 8-meter fan, but not being panicked. You know, go into that 8-meter fan knowing you're going to take a nice shot. Do what you do. Follow the drills that your coach tells you to follow. And once you get in that 8-meter fan, settle in, take a deep breath, and take a shot.
Faith Riley with it with 2 goals so far for Orange Lutheran. Going to try to make it a 3rd goal. And she's going to get a free position shot. To bring Orange Lutheran a little closer.
That was almost a design play right there, too. Did you see where the Newport Harbor defense went? They went all the way to the right because Olu brought all their players at the front end, waved it left to right across the fan, gave a chance for number 10 to take a shot.
And she just launches that one in there, no doubter. Faith Riley with the hat trick for Orange Lutheran, as that gets Orange Lutheran their 1st goal of the 2nd half.
Yeah, and Riley on that, kind of that design play from earlier, sets up the 8-meter fan right here. Again, just, you know, take the shots that you need to take, but do it without panic, and that's exactly what Faith Riley did.
There's a new player on the draw for Newport Harbor. It's Noelle Welch.
26 for 74 on draws coming into this game. The draw controls is where a lot of these games get decided upon, so Orange Lutheran probably have to win these next 2 to at least give themselves a chance to come back.
They've had moments where they've drawn within 1 couple times. They tied the game up at 2-2. But ever since, it's been Newport Harbor still with the lead. The draw taken in by Orange Lutheran's Faith Riley, as she was looking to go coast to coast, but she's going to slow down the offense and set things up.
I expect him to try to pull that same design play earlier, and if not, just give it to Faith Riley because it's worked 3 times for her so far.
Ball's in possession of McKenna Anthony for the opening. Anthony going to drive the paint, gets stopped. Okay, back to Riley. Look to try to go 1-on-1. And it'll be another free position shot for Faith Riley, looking for a 4th goal of the game.
Looks like a
Actually,
turnover,
no, it's actually an offsides call. I'm sorry. So it's an offsides call on Orange Lutheran, and it'll be Newport Harbor ball. My apologies.
That's what I was thinking. It was that call right there. You know, that double pick move on the inside didn't give a chance to, or a little bit of room for the Newport defender to move around.
As that's Jillian Becker trying to go coast to coast. Got slowed down a little and was able to get the ball over to the offensive side of things. Good stifling defense from Orange Lutheran. That ball is picked up by Shepard. Good defense by Bevan Shepard.
And some really good defense forcing the stick out right there.
All still on the ground. It's a train wreck for the ball, and it is closed. That's like a closed stick violation or something.
I think kicking the ball was the culprit right there on Sophia McKnight. Can't kick the ball here. You can only use that stick.
Right.
Got to be careful.
That's Witzel with it. Haley Witzel going to drive the paint. Tries to put the moves on her defender. Gets blocked off.
A couple of times Valetti was pushing on her left hip. Got to be careful when you use those stick checks. You can't drive your hands into the body side of one of these players.
is looking for another answer here. Only down 2. Riley with it. Swings it over to Kremer. Ball's in possession of Kira Burns.
I think one other thing we have to establish too with the rules here is, especially inside that 8-meter fan, if you enter that 8-meter fan as an offensive player, the defense has to give you a clear lane between the goal and the person shooting.
Here's Witzel off the body of Rodriguez. She'll be classified as another save, so that she's up to 8 so far. Newport Harbor scoops it up courtesy of Brooklyn Dennis.
The same thing from this Olu team is taking those shots down low instead of going up on top. And you see it hasn't worked for 8 times that this Olu team has taken those shots from.
An errant pass goes out of bounds. Orange Lutheran ball. About 5 minutes and change in the 3rd quarter.
And if you see a defender in front of the shooting player, then if they call an 8-meter fan free play there, that's usually what the culprit is.
This time it should be a free position shot for Orange Lutheran.
You see Noelle Wells right there covering her and right in that direct path. Either that or pushing on the body of the shooter. That's what causes these free shots.
Shot saved yet again by Paris Rodriguez. Save number 9 on the night for the freshman goalie. Rodriguez is... And thankfully for Rodriguez, she scoops it up.
Yes, she can only have 10 seconds before she has to step out of that crease to give it and pass it off to one of her teammates.
Scramble for the loose ball. That was Reese Nevins going up against Kaylee Witzel. Still be Newport Harbor ball. A 2-point lead, 4.5 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Steelers trying to halt their 9-game losing streak. Wound up winning the first game of the season against Tesoro, but has been in search of a win ever since. Here's Reese Nevins trying to go coast to coast. She still has an opening. Nevins gets the ball checked away from her, but what an effort from Nevins.
Yeah, Shepard Bevan came flying from the backside and knocked the ball out of her stick, and that's some great defense right there, but unfortunately forces an 8-meter shot.
Here's Reese Nevins, a defender, taking the shot, and she nails it perfectly. Reese Nevins going coast to coast and getting what she wants, getting the reward that she needs, and putting Newport Harbor back up 3.
You can see the entire sideline for the Newport Harbor excited because that was Reese Nevins' first goal. You don't see defenders making goals like that often.
Yeah, she went all the way across the field. Could have probably gone all the way, but she got stick checked, and she eventually nailed that free position shot. So
yeah, basically finished off that whole rally right there.
It wasn't really coast to coast, but still, it was an amazing sight to see. Hashtag defenders can play offense too.
Yeah, those are the sneaky ones in almost every type of sport. Even defenders in soccer, when it comes to goal scoring, they might be some of the most under-the-radar type of players you'll ever see. And so, yeah, to your point, defenders can play offense.
Here's the draw. It is picked up again by Orange Lutheran. Lancers having a lot of success on the draw, as here is Malaya Hansen-Gadomski.
Number 3 passes number 2.
That had won that, had scooped that one up.
Well, I think for Olu now, they have to establish some type of passing game here, especially coming down to the wire in the 3rd period. You got to start figuring out how to pass off against Paris Rodriguez because it's clear that she's winning these one-on-one battles with these shooters from Olu.
Tried to get an entry pass in there. Got away from her, but still in possession of Orange Lutheran. Here is Madeline Coleman. Beat it down low to Faith Riley. Shot won't count, but it will be a free position shot for Olu.
Another one of those checks on the inside right there, but you see what she did that time was try to force the ball, or force to walk all the way in front of Paris Rodriguez and then take the shot. That's another adjustment I expect Olu to try to do in this latter half of the second half.
Shot saved again by Paris Rodriguez. Save number 10. I think half of these saves have come off of free position shots, which is just incredible.
Absolutely just incredible, and I'm surprised that they even decided to take that shot, because like we just talked about, instead of taking the shot from outside, you go right in front of Paris Rodriguez's face, force her to have to think very quickly, like 1/10 of a second or whatnot.
Oh, what a save by Brooke McCabe, right in the breadbasket. Keeping this game a 3-goal game, but that ball sails out of bounds. Last touch by the Lancers. Less than 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Newport Harbor up 8-5.
But again, you see the way that they took that free shot and was going for the long ball instead. And that, again, that hasn't worked for 10 times they've taken that shot against Paris Rodriguez.
Looked like that was saved. Like that was saved. No whistle. As Brooke McCabe. All right, now it looks like we might get our first whistle, but that was a save from Brooke McCabe. Whenever they hold up an X, that means the clock must stop. 1:26 remaining in this third quarter.
Where's the ball? Or where is the ball? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, they both went to crease, right? So it's got to be a foul.
All right, so it looks like there was a double crease violation, but since alternate possession was with Orange Lutheran, it'll stay with Olu. Actually, no, it looks like alternate possession was with Newport Harbor, so Sailors with alternate possession. They'll keep the ball. As here is Venya Valetti with it. She's going to try to get her first goal, but she gets squished, and it looks like she's going to get a free position shot. Sophomore midfielder looking for her first goal of the game. We approach a minute left in this third quarter.
Already four goals this season. Looking for number 5 right here.
And there it is. V squared getting the goal. Venya Valetti gives Newport Harbor their biggest lead of the night at 9-5 with 54 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
What a way to come back from this Newport Harbor team. You see how tough of that loss was against Palos Verdes. Only 1 goal to Palos Verdes 19. This time they come away with, almost to double digits here tonight. But this is a much better performance from this Newport team offensively. But I think defensively, that's exactly where they've had their struggles throughout the season. And it's all been backed up by Paris Rodriguez back there in the net. And then because of that, that allows Newport to take advantage and go the other way and force offensive penalties against this Olu squad.
Newport Harbor has given up double-digit goals in all but 3 games, 2 of which were in losses to Valencia and Trabuco Hills. The other one was against Tesoro, where they wound up winning that first game of the season. A lot of close losses for the Sailors, trying to rewrite those wrongs. It's a train wreck for the ball, and it looks like Noelle Welch got checked. Newport Harbor looking to try to add to their lead. And Welch looks like she dropped the dimes. Not in the good way. Uh-oh. Welch trying to get a grip on that ball. She does. Try to go Lob City, but no avail.
Smart idea to try to make that pass play established.
It's a minor foul, as the one that was fouled was Flynn Kremer. Orange Lutheran trying to get one more goal. It's a good look, but good defense by Newport Harbor's Brooklyn Dennis, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Sailors with their biggest lead of the night, 9-5, as we'll head to the fourth quarter after this commercial break. You're watching Tar TV Sports Girls Lacrosse between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the fourth quarter of girls lacrosse action on Tar TV Sports between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. Lancers win the draw control. It's Faith Riley on the attack. Whistle. Like Riley will get a free position shot. Newport Harbor tried to slow down the momentum, but it still results in a free position shot for the Lancers. And another save for Paris Rodriguez. That's save number 11 for the freshman. She just continues to just marvel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Showing out in this game, and this is the right way to come out and about it. And I think before we went to the break, we talked about, where this Newport team has been. You see the last few games, I want to give you a time clock to go back to the football season. When it comes to one-score games, the Newport football team, you see how the difference it made in their season. The same thing. Whoa.
All right, looks like we might get our first yellow card of the game.
I mean, those are the kinds of plays that You won't really see that often, but they do happen in this sport especially, and that's why they have these rules and safety programs here.
And it is indeed a yellow card assessed to Orange Lutheran's Kaylee Witzel. So a player that gets a yellow card will be assessed a 2-minute penalty. And if you get 4 yellow cards in girls lacrosse in high school, you play with a player down the rest of the way. And if a player accumulates 2 yellow cards, they are out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Jeremy, Mason and I switched.
That is yellow card 101 in girls lacrosse, featuring Justin Lee and Taryn Rodriguez. Back to the action. Sailors will have 2 minutes with a player up.
I mean, you won't see that often in high school lacrosse, but you'll see it a lot more when it comes to the college level, because that's when it starts becoming a lot more aggressive against teams. It's just like the same thing when you see the step up between girls water polo and girls, college water polo. It's a completely different game, but they happen, and it still happens, and I'm surprised that was actually the first one. Thought we would see a lot more in this game.
Looks like a turnover on the Sailors. I've covered a girls lacrosse game, a Battle of the Bay girls lacrosse game back in 2019, I think, where there was, I think both teams got 4 yellow cards. It was a pretty chippy game, I will just say. I can confirm that was pretty chippy, and it was an exciting game to cover, PA announce, write a game story on, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'm not surprised though, especially when you talk about Battle of the Bay. Both sides are gonna go after each other's throats throughout that game. And if you put those two teams together, Corona Del Mar and Newport Harbor, it's going to be a battle in the trenches every single time.
Orange Lutheran with the ball, down a player, but it is possible to score with a player down. This ball's in possession of Kenna Anthony. Anthony getting backed up. Contra foul on Iverson.
And a couple of backside pushes from Iverson right there.
I think Orange Lutheran might be milking the clock here to try to get back to full strength.
And it would make sense. You want to play with even numbers and give yourselves a chance with those numbers, but being down, it's a lot tougher to do it on offense.
Here's this minor foul, as that was number 6 on Orange Lutheran. I think that was Chanley Chan who had possession. So it looks like she's going to get the free position shot.
One of 4 seniors on this team.
And Chan gets the bounce to the ounce shot to go. Well, as Orange Lutheran ends a little bit of a drought, and that I think is a short-handed goal.
Yeah, very short-handed goal. You see how far that bounced right in front of Rodriguez there, but I mean, it works out either way because you really haven't been able to get past her for 11 shots so far in this game. But you get the benefit of the doubt with that little bouncer shot. You can see that she wasn't ready for something that low to skip right in front of her.
Yeah, and actually that goal was just barely a even strength goal because the clock was still running and the player did have a chance to get back in when the free position shot occurred. Still, it's a goal for Orange Lutheran as Newport Harbor's lead is 9-6 with 8:42 remaining in regulation. As Riley is able to scoop up the draw control. She's not about it, but she kicks it back out. Over to Coleman. Coleman gets a little tripped up, regains her footing. Now goes to Neary. Neary wraps around, tries to go low shelf, but no avail. Don't know if that could be considered a save.
I think it could be considered if it's close enough to that edge of the goal, but it looked like it was a save from Rodriguez. So, I mean, I would give her the benefit of the doubt on that one for sure.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Orange Lutheran on the attack. It's a wide open goal, and it is buried. Number 17, McKenna Anthony, nets her second goal of the game, and just like that, Orange Lutheran cuts Newport Harbor's lead in half as they're only down 9-7.
And that was all set up by Flynn Creamer right there, right behind Paris Rodriguez. I was a little bit surprised she even decided to go out of the goal to run that thing out of there. Plenty of white jerseys to throw the ball around to, and instead just gives up a goal and a rare mistake. But you kind of expect that when it comes to a freshman player at that goalie position, and she'll learn from that for sure.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a freshman mistake right there. I don't think she saw the defender coming up on a creeping on come up, and that eventually led to the open net Orange Lutheran goal. Just can't have that if you're Newport Harbor, as they will look to try to reestablish themselves.
You see what kind of game this is established now. It's a brand new ball game here with that goal from Orange Lutheran just now.
Georgia Blue won the draw control, gets the ball knocked out. Looks like that was Witzel. Sailors recover and will reset their offense. Plenty of time left for this Orange Lutheran team. Newport Harbor's got to get back on that horse. And Fiore is going to get a free position shot. Going to look for goal number 5 on the night.
This would be her season high if she makes this goal right here.
Zooming out.
Here's Fiore's shot. Buries it. Kira Fiore with goal number 5, tying her season high, as for the first time since Newport Harbor's season opener, the Sailors have crossed their first time since they faced Elise Miguel on March 5th, Newport Harbor's crossed double digits.
Yep, and who better way to do it than Kira Fiore getting her 5th goal in this game. And again, she's just been that good of a player for this team. Now goal number 30 on the season for her, and this is a senior leader. This is your captain, and if you want to get this game back under control, that's exactly the person you want. Jersey with the number 1 on it.
Feed the hot hand. Looks like we have a change for Newport Harbor in terms of draw controls. That is Noelle Welch, it looks like. Yes, it is. Welch takes the draw control, but is won by Orange Lutheran. So that is Riley on the draw. Maddie Coleman with it, trying to drive the paint. She does. Infiltrates her way in there, but loses the ball. And, oh wow. Like it is a minor foul on Newport Harbor.
It looks like she got stick checked on her left hip.
Coleman will take the shot. Oh, goalie's best friend, but it takes a friendly bounce off the goalpost to Orange Lutheran, as they'll reset their offense again. Here's Coleman over to Riley. Riley trying to drive it, thought about it, tries to pull it back. Halfway through this 4th quarter, Newport Harbor up 3, 10-7. Coleman driving the paint into the net of Paris Rodriguez. Save number 13 for the freshman. Oh, but it's a loose ball picked up by Orange Lutheran. Here is Witzel with it, and she squeezes that one in. Kaylee Witzel causing the turnover and squeezing it in for the Lancers, bringing them within 2 with 5:39 remaining.
And you see the times of mistakes that has happened for this Newport defense a couple of times now, back-to-back goals for Orange Lutheran. And Kaylee Witzel takes full advantage of that missed opportunity with the ball on the ground, picks it up, takes it in for the 12th goal of the season. And you see what she does there too. Instead of bouncing it outside of the 8-meter fan, stays right in front of the face of Paris Rodriguez, and she has got no chance to react to that shot.
Sailors are 1-2 when they don't give up 10 or more goals to their opponent. Outside of that, they have yet to win a game when their opponent scores 10 or more. As Orange Lutheran wins the draw, scooped up by Witzel. Witzel puts the moves. She's going to try to drive it. Witzel loses the ball on the way up. Scramble for the loose ball, picked up by Orange Lutheran. Here's Coleman going over to Riley. Near the top of the key. Here's Riley driving it. She launches it, goes wide, but recovered by the Lancers. It was Neary on the recovery. And Neary tries to finesse it, but to no avail as Newport Harbor's Reese Nevins picks it up, and they'll try to get it up to their side of the field.
Yeah, that was almost a Sports Center top 10 play there by Avery McNearing, elevating and going high up in the air like Saquon Barkley on a backwards lean over and just missed it off the right.
Orange Lutheran with possession as they force the turnover. Ball's in the possession of Coleman, then she passes it out. Like that's Chloe. Oh no, that's Witzel. I'm sorry. That is Kaylee Witzel. Ball loose, picked up by Newport Harbor, and that is Jillian Becker. What a big turnover caused by the Sailors as they have possession. Going to try to get it to their offense so they could try to set up shop and regain their lead, rebuild their lead. As
what a fantastic pass.
Going to try to go for the double check, but she passes it off. Oh, no. You have a whistle here. It's not a dangerous shot, is it?
It doesn't seem like it would be like that. It looks like they're calling a 12-meter in favor of Kiara Fiore right there. But look at this setup right here. That was amazing from Becker to find Fiore right there. And then what she does is completely unselfish, just pass it off to Decker, even though it came off the stick. Those are the kinds of things that the best teams do in lacrosse.
And there's Kiara Fiore's 6th goal of the game, the sock trick. That's the terminology for the double hat trick, or 6th goal of the game. So Newport Harbor is now up 11-8. Once again, Kiara Fiore, new season high for the senior, who's just been impressive overall.
And that's the formula that has worked for this Newport Harbor team, is just giving it to number one and finishing off these possessions, finishing in the goal with your best players at the top.
Miller's reestablishing another 3-goal lead here with 3:18 remaining. Nowhere near out of the woods just yet.
And Fiore is just such a great player, a lot of great awareness, understands the right assignments on taking shots at the right places, and it's worked for her in this game, and especially in a time where Newport really has needed a win like this against a team that has had those struggles, but you want this kind of win going into Sunset League play coming up.
Maddie Coleman with it. She lost the ball on the way up, but it's recovered by her teammate. Looks like that is Chloe Carrick. Lancers need some sort of goal here. Was in possession of Carrick. She's going to wrap around. Not about, but passes it off to Coleman. Coleman driving the lane. Whistle, no shot. Looks like it's going to be another free position shot for Olu. Maddie Coleman will take the free position shot. Needs this goal for any hope for Orange Lutheran to try to get back in it. Here's the shot, and she goes 8-ball in the corner pocket. As that is Maddie Coleman's 1st goal of the game for Orange Lutheran. The Lancers draw within 2.
They need to win a couple of draw controls in order to keep this one close, and they have done so far. And again, it's about drawing those 8 meters. And this is a different approach than what we've seen the Lancers do. Instead of going for the long ball immediately from that 8-meter fan, running up right in front of Paris Rodriguez and then taking a shot.
Faith Riley back at the draw circle for Orange Lutheran. Also at the draw, looks like that is Noelle Welch.
The JV team's piling in.
Yeah, that was actually Fina Iverson as Fiore recovers it. 2 minutes away from possibly crowning a winner when it comes to this contest. Fiore with it.
I imagine they're just going to try to kill the clock as much as possible with just 2 minutes left.
And this is where, if you're an Orange Lutheran fan, you wish there was a shot clock in high school girls lacrosse.
Yeah, that was a big implementation almost a decade ago with the shot clock, and it made sense for the game in order to keep the pace going. But in girls lacrosse, it's much different at the high school level, obviously.
I've seen many instances where players just kill the clock and not do anything crazy.
I mean, this is a prime example of it right here. Just Fiore just holding onto the ball and then forcing one of the Olu players to make a mistake, and that's exactly what Kaylee Witzel is trying to do right now, is try to force that ball out, but she can't body check her whatsoever.
All right, still with it. Skips it over to Iverson. Iverson gets checked. Like it's still a minor foul. Clock will still continue to run with about 50 seconds left. Ball is poked loose, recovered by the Lancers, and they do so. But it looks like it is a false start. Olu still with the ball. Time is running out for them.
I thought they stopped the clock too, because the referee put the 2 hands up. I think that's what they're doing. They're
I
going to reset
think it's
the clock.
going to be a clock reset.
Yeah. I think the formula here, though, for this Newport team on defense is to pretty much just match up everybody one-on-one, track them as they go all the way across the field, and as soon as they get to that 8-meter fan, basically just pile into that 8-meter side and just protect the outer edges of the goal.
It's like they put 40, the clock now reads 40 seconds. They're going to need a miracle and a half for Orange Lutheran if they want to at least force overtime.
Well, that's the difference between this game and most other sports, is that as soon as you make a goal, you have a chance to go get possession immediately right back. We can't make that kind of mistake, though.
Yeah, that is a loose ball out of bounds as the pocket change goes through the pocket, and Newport Harbor should hold on to win, barring nothing drastic, as that was Venya Valetti driving it.
She's going to get a free shot from the 12-meter side.
Clock did stop. So Valetti get a shot, but I imagine she might hold on to it.
Yep, definitely. I think that's the right option to take here, is hold on to it. But yeah, instead it looks like an 8-meter instead of the 12-meter, which is where I thought she was fouled instead of inside, but I guess barely touched that line. Props goes out to this Newport team. They came in here with an expectation of, hey, let's just take it one by one and figure out how to beat a team that has had some issues early on in the season. And to get a win out here today against the Lancers, this is a big win because they're about to go into Sunset League play, and it's not going to be easy, especially when they have to face up against CDM, who are 9-1 as of right now.
Yeah, that's going to be an uphill climb. But Newport Harbor finally gets that one win to snap their 9-game losing streak, and that'll do it. Newport Harbor will go to their goalie, having won 11-9 against Orange Lutheran at Davidson Field.
Yeah, and like I said, give credit to this offense of Newport Harbor, but give so much credit to Paris Rodriguez. 13 saves today. That's a massive number, and she has got to be proud of that because she really held it down for this Sailors team today.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a confidence booster right there as well, especially in a grueling match like that. So that'll do it for this matchup. Newport Harbor wins 11-9, but we will have a post-game interview. Who will it be with? You'll have to find out in a little bit. But for now, both teams will show sportsmanship, give each other a nice little stick tap, saying good game. All right, we will take ourselves a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have a post-game interview with Kira Fiore. Don't go anywhere. You're watching TAR TV Sports Girls Lacrosse Edition. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this post-game broadcast of Newport Harbor Girls Lacrosse versus Orange Lutheran. The Sailors come away with the victory, winning 11-9 here at Davidson Field. And with us, we have Kira Fiore, the top scorer for Newport Harbor Girls Lacrosse with 6 goals, a new season high. So first and foremost, Kira, thank you for joining us post-broadcast. How does it feel to finally get that losing streak snapped and finally get that confidence and win?
It feels awesome. This whole season we've had our attitude be a little bit down, but now with this win, I think for the rest of the season we'll have a higher attitude and more success. So I'm super excited.
Your freshman goalie, Paris Rodriguez, just had herself a game. She had 13 saves by my count. Talk to me about Paris Rodriguez and how this game was a big confidence booster for her.
This was a huge confidence booster for her because 13 is her most saves she's ever had in a game as well, so we both hit new records for this season. And I'm so proud of her for keeping her head up, and I'm so excited to see how good she's going to be as a senior.
Kira, I want to first and foremost say, the ferocity that came out from you guys here against Orange Lutheran today, not only did you match your season high, you didn't surpass your season high, but you absolutely crushed your season high today. What was the difference maker on your side of things that helped you get to those 6 goals?
I think mostly just attitude. For me, sometimes I get really nervous for games, but today I came out with a lot of energy and I just came out to play, so I think that just boosted my energy and my overall scoring.
Speaking of that energy, and with this win today, you guys are about to start Sunset League play next week. You guys get a break, and then you have Huntington Beach. Are you guys going to use that same ferocity and that momentum to go into the Sunset League?
Most definitely. Huntington Beach is also our senior game, so I'm super excited for that, but I think if we keep our momentum going, we're going to play awesome.
Well, thank you, Kira.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Kira. We appreciate your time. Congratulations on the win, and we will hope to see you sometime down the road.
Thank you.
That was Kira Fiore, senior for Newport Harbor Girls Lacrosse. 6 goals, a new season high for the Sailors, and that will do it for this broadcast. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Do you have any other final parting thoughts, Justin, before we sign off?
Yeah, I thought we saw a really good game here tonight for Newport Harbor, and I think this was a great confidence booster for them. And I think this is kind of what you want to see, especially in games like these. When you have a team that is down, you don't let them come back out of the water, and that's what this Newport team did today. And not only just for them, like you heard from Kira Fiore, they said, we're going to come out here with that same intensity, that same ferocity going into Sunset League play, and with that confidence booster with Paris Rodriguez back there in goal. Surely you don't want to see this Newport Harbor team when they have to play Huntington Beach and maybe building up to Corona Del Mar. Some people might be sleeping on this Newport team, but when it comes to kind of those trap games, that could be that trap game right there with CDM.
Absolutely. And remember, Newport Harbor came into this game averaging 7 goals a game. They surpassed that average and put up 11. And they hadn't put up double-digit goals since the Elisa Nagel game where they scored 12 and unfortunately lost. But this Newport Harbor team could be on the up and up. But that'll do it for this broadcast. We thank you, everyone, for tuning in, whether you tuned in Orange County, LA County, out of the state, wherever. We appreciate your support. Once again, for TAR TV Sports, I am Taryn Rodriguez on play-by-play alongside Justin Lee on color commentary. Be sure to follow TAR TV Sports on Instagram at TAR TV Sports for our full broadcast schedule and updates on our up-and-coming coverage. Catch us at Evening of the Arts next Tuesday, which will be our next broadcast. Thank you for spending your evening with us when it comes to this girls lacrosse matchup between Newport Harbor and Orange Lutheran. For everyone here at TAR TV Sports and to our friends and family watching at home, thanks for being with us tonight. Good night from Newport Beach, and we'll see you for the next game.